If you don't believe in ghosts, if you don't mind dummies, if you think nothing scares you, then think again. Really hard.
All right, folks, I don't know where it should land. Oh, yes. Hello, Goosebumps fans. I don't know where exactly should this land, but I think let's make a sequel for How I Learned How to Fly. How I Learned to Fly. The weird part is that he set up a sequel, but he didn't do it. And it's mostly because, well, not a lot of people actually care for this. But it's like, yeah, but Ghost Camp got a sequel, and the sequel was horribly bupkis. It's like, yeah, was Ghost Camp actually very popular or what? Yeah, I hope really Spongy tells me this, because it's like, yeah, if it was very popular, then it kind of needed a freaking sequel, but they didn't do it. And it's like, gee whiz, man. It's like, even when it came to Night at Terror Tower, they gave us a sequel, but the sequel was never really initialized. They gave us a sequel, but the sequel, you actually have to piece together what's the story. That's kind of horrible. It's kind of horrible. I think that's about all the ones that actually get sequels, technically. It's like, yeah. So, How I Learned to Fly could actually land in Most Wanted, which I doubt it. I guess it's like Behold the Flying Boy, or the Creepy Adventures of Flying Kid or something. It's like, that could work. Yeah, but it sounds like Goosebumps 2000. It sounds like already shooting it dead because of the Shrinking Kid. Now let's see. So we got Most Wanted. Halls of Horrors could be good, but apparently that got canceled. And I'm like, what? Really? That's what happened to it? So yeah, we have that, and I think that's all that we have. It's just those two. Most Wanted or Hall of Horrors. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. You know, it could be cool to actually just have them in Horrorland and kick one of those books to the curb. Yeah, kick one of those books to the curb. It's like maybe the one with the freaking snakes in the in the camp. It's like, yeah, just kick one of them to the curb. So it's like, yeah, so now you have a kid with flying powers. But anyways, I guess Most Wanted will do. But either way, this is just a sequel. I guess technically he would be Most Wanted. We could actually roll with that. That'll be good. Anyways, we're going to take what Powerina talked about and make it into this book. So very simple. We have two guys, like usual. We have two boys. And one boy has a sister, because I don't like what he was thinking. So I'm going to just make freaking Emma into the sister of the supposed Wilson character. And Jack actually likes Emma in some way, shape, or form, but you know, she doesn't really reciprocate too, so you don't actually have that issue of where it's like she's sympathetic to him, but not really a love interest. So at least you have a girl in this. So very simple. This Jack character is same way, but he actually cares for fame. I know I'm ripping off Paparina, but hold on tight, it will be a little bit different. So yeah, he did that, and then his dad actually is kind of a agent or something. Yeah, he's a agent, a talent agent, and he's trying to get famous. Wilson's trying to get famous too. They're always on the same talent show, and they just try to perform talents. And well, sadly, Jack doesn't seem too special. In quotations, Jack. I should name them different. Maybe Mac and Gelation. Nah, we're just gonna keep them Jack and Wilson, just because. Different characters, note, but just saying, don't take the actual names literally. Just saying. So yeah, then Jack actually finds the book somehow, because the book previously got thrown away. Thanks, stupid dad from the other book. So yeah, the book got thrown away. It maybe went to a junkyard. You could actually say that it might have went to like a thrift store, because lo and behold, if he's able to hide it in a freaking mattress, who's to say that the mattress, when it was one little bouncy, it just lands into someone's house, or it lands on the ground somewhere, and one person's like, ooh, I think this is good enough to sell. Yeah, like some drifter or whatever needed to get food, and he goes to the antique store. He puts the book down and said, "Yeah, I would like to actually sell this book." It's like, this book is pretty ancient. All right, how about $20 for it? It's like, okay, that's a deal. Of course, no one will really know. I'm just saying some backstory just in case for people who are like, you know. So then Jack actually is like, I'm looking for something unique now, a unique talent. And it's like, why not actually check out this antique store because there could have something that is actually interesting. Like one time he actually found a Thurman in there and well, he considered trying it, but it was pretty weird. So instead, he's going in again because, well, this is like somewhat of his pleasure, I suppose. It's like maybe we could say he likes antiquing, but more importantly, he also is looking for something that actually is a little bit unique as a talent. And then, of course, he looks around and he sees a book of flying lessons. And he's like, this is intriguing. So he takes the book and he goes and he actually does it. And lo and behold, he can fly now. Holy frick. This is amazing. So then he actually does it. And now he has a talent of where he can fly. And everyone's like, ooh, ah. While Wilson is like, what the fuck is this damn shit? Yeah. So Wilson decides to do the interesting part of instead of they're rivals, but lo and behold, after he found a talent actually starting to get on press, he's like, hello, friend. It's like, yeah, so we should really hang out, because we allowed this freaking rivalry to get between us. We should actually be friends. Of course, we all know what's going down now. He's going into Jack's house to actually figure out how the frick he learned how to fly. And lo and behold, he figured it out. He grabbed the book. He took the book. Jack doesn't really know until later. And he can fly too. Oh my goodness. So they're both famous. They both get famous. They both get in Goldfi fame. And lo and behold, Jack actually is like, yeah, well, I don't really like fame after all. I need to cut this out. So when he does that, he actually wanted to at least do one thing. Not really no one thing. No, let's see. How did he play that out? Well, as soon as she sees both of them flying, she actually is like, well, I would like to learn how to fly too. And Jack was like, I'm not sure if I should. I guess I could do it, but not really. So I don't know for sure. The sad part is that when Jack actually is like, maybe I could consider it, he tried to look and the book is gone. It's like, yeah, so he knows now that Wilson practically just took the book from him and that whole entire thing was a charade. Could be bonus points if we actually just make it Mia who actually goes and tries to seduce him and grabs the book of flying. Yeah. So let's see. I would say that we could actually end by he doesn't want the fame, so he fakes out. Wilson gets to have the fame and glory, but lo and behold, unannounced to everyone, is that Mia actually took the freaking thing too. Not to mention, she actually read the book. Unlike the others who just went to the freaking page and read it, but she read the book, and lo and behold, she not only able to fly, but she's able to fly so fast that she actually breaks the sound barrier. Yeah, it's like she sees in a window flying, and then the next step, she just zoomed past him as if a rocket. And there you go. So now the most wanted idea is the fact of she is technically the most wanted child here. She's the most wanted flying child. As for the book, I guess technically, no one deserves to have the book though. It's like, yeah, no one deserves the book. So I guess technically in the end of it all, the book has to also be destroyed. Just because. So it's like, yeah, so Wilson is like, so I guess technically you go to the part of where it's like Wilson is like, yeah, he confronts Wilson on the book and he's like, yeah, well, I took the book and I read it and then I destroyed the book. I destroyed it. And it's like, whoa. So, of course, you're going to be like, well, then Emma apparently read the whole entire book before she destroyed it. And Emma just kept it to herself of where she actually knows how to do something even better than the both of them. So yeah, that's going to be the one that actually really makes sense is the fact that Emma is so fast at flying. Holy crap. No wonder she is the most wanted person in the book. And that's how you make the sequel of how I learned to fly. That's a sequel book. It's like, for most wanted purposes, I would say most wanted, the flying child, the miraculous flying child, or yeah, I'll just say the miraculous flying child for now. That'll work. It's like, yeah, but where's the scary stuff? Where's the stuff like that? It's like, yeah, we'll add it in later. Right now, this is just a part of where it's like we have the layout of what the story is. Now we can actually insert the freaking scary details. Like, for instance, maybe the fact of where he could fall to his doom before he started, where Wilson maybe actually is crazy enough to where he's flying and he's doing something and doing some crazy stunts, and then we cut away where it's like, oh my gosh, it looks like I can't stop, no, and he goes right into a freaking banister, and it's like, oh, it's not a banister at all. Actually, it's a tree. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, child endangerment. Anyways, have a scary day, have a scary night.